Our next speaker is Kimberly Hutchings from Atlanta, Georgia, the Georgia Citizens Hunger Coalition.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kimberly Hutchings. I'm a 31-year-old single mother of 3 girls, Jada, Faith, and Kamora. I'm here representing the Georgia Citizens Coalition on Hunger and to share with you my experiences with the TANF program and unfair practices that were bestowed on me and many others in the state of Georgia. First of all, I have worked my whole adult life except for the last 2 months of my first and third pregnancies. I was unable to work anywhere at that point. I had difficulties with both pregnancies, and the high risks were documented for my caseworker and overlooked. I was made to watch a video on TANF rules and regulations, and the first image I was shown was a pregnant woman explaining that being pregnant was not considered a disability, even with the high-risk pregnancy that I was diagnosed with. I was denied TANF because my caseworker said that she had to go back 3 months on my income, even though I hadn't worked in over a month. I was told I made too much money. I needed to wait and reapply. During the waiting period, I was devastated. I lost my place to live, practically homeless, while waiting to reapply for TANF. I had to go to a shelter that offered transitional housing, and even there, if you couldn't pay what they asked for, you had to leave. I had little money from my savings account, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to pay rent and take care of my children. I was absolutely hopeless at that point. I went back to the Department of Family and Children Services to speak with my caseworker. I waited there for hours, watching other mothers get angry and give up because the wait was too long. When my name was finally called, I told my caseworker my situation and why I needed TANF assistance. I was told by my caseworker that maybe I should think about foster care as an option. I told her that my children were not in any danger and I just needed help. I ended that conversation because that was definitely not in my plan for my family. I believe the TANF program needs some changes. It's supposed to help families in need, and instead they discourage you from even trying. The constant waiting for a call back from your worker and an accidental cutoff of benefits and the ridiculous reasons why you don't qualify is enough to drive you crazy. Please change the TANF program so no woman will ever have to go through this heartbreak and belittlement. Thank you.
And last but not least, Mary Cafaro with WHEEL in Montana, working for equality and economic liberation.
Hello. I'm Mary Cafaro, the Director of Working for Equality and Economic Liberation, or WHEEL. WHEEL is a social justice organization made up of people who have direct experience with the issues and are supporters. We believe that the people with the direct experience are those who need to be at the table of design when policies are being made. I'm here on behalf of a member who couldn't make it, a WHEEL member, and so I plan to read her testimony on subsidized jobs or transitional jobs and what it's meant in her life. Before I do that, I'd like to say our definition of subsidized jobs is a program that was in the stimulus bill. It's funded with emergency TANF funds, and the program's about to run dry. It will end at the end of this federal fiscal year. And so what we're asking is that the emergency TANF funds be piggybacked on the quickest method possible so that the subsidized jobs program can continue because it's very successful. And with that, I'll read our WHEEL member's testimony. She couldn't be here because she had a family emergency. My name is Lisa Johnson. I'm a 36-year-old mother of 2 with 3 stepchildren and expecting a new addition in June. I am currently in the subsidized jobs program and a WHEEL member. Over the last year, my family has felt the real effects of job loss, which resulted in poverty for our family. It all started last year in September when my husband Rod lost his job with Blue Cross Blue Shield. He was out of work for over 3 months, and we started to panic because there were no jobs in Helena that would accept his qualifications. Rod has been a pressman for 18 years, and the demand for pressmen is almost non-existent. We put out resumes all over the U.S., and we both received jobs in Missouri for the same company. We packed our kids and all of our stuff and moved to Missouri, and 8 months later, the company that we worked for closed their doors. We lost both of our incomes. We rented our home from our boss, and so we lost that too. All in one day, our family lost our home and our income. Our children went in different directions, staying with family and friends, while Rod and I lived in our car. We finally made it back to Helena, and our family couch surfed until we could find something to rent. I had gotten a job at a daycare, and my husband was frantically trying to find a job. Again, he found that in Helena, the jobs were very slim, and he knew that what he needed was some kind of training in a different field. We had no idea how to go about this, but thankfully one day, one of the girls I was working with told me about a program that her husband was going through called Pathways Out of Poverty, or Montana's version of Subsidized Jobs Program. We were informed that this program retrains people of low income for a new career while paying them the prevailing wage. We made an appointment immediately, and we both applied. After only 3 weeks, my husband had an interview, he received a job, and now is part of a completely new career that he would not otherwise have received if it was not for the Subsidized Jobs Program. I have also recently received a job through the program, and we are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I can't even tell you what the Subsidized Jobs Program has meant to our family. It has brought us out of a place that I never thought we would be in, and I hope that we never return to. I am working for WEAL, learning how to fundraise and working on our growing community project. We WEAL members had identified growing our own food as a partial solution to hunger, and now we have 4 community gardens, and we're building 3 more this summer. That is my job, and I'm very proud. My employer has also offered to keep me on, so I am now raising money for my own position. Rod's employer has also committed to hiring him on permanently. With the Subsidized Jobs Program, in addition to getting new training for a new career, we also receive financial support for tools, clothing, and the other things that people need to get to work. The Subsidized Jobs Program needs to be continued, and the sooner the better. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you to the co-panelists and all of you.